Good afternoon. Happy Savage Saturday, Keepers of the Cache, and Savage Saturday, episode 182. This is just a simple, basic haul edition. I picked up a lot of Savage goodness, mostly off of Whatnot, believe it or not, for $1 and $2 a piece, and I just could not pass up the savings. Especially since I was starting to collect something new, and I was trying to finish something old, and we're going to get right into it. So first up, I always pick these up whenever I see them, and they're in great shape, and they're in cheap price tags, or they're not too expensive. But this is one of my favorite movies growing up. I still love this movie to this day, and I watch it every couple months. We're talking about Krull issue 1. I have the magazine, I have the comics, so I have this quite a few times. I have it in newsstand, I have it obviously in direct edition here. Issue number 2, just a really beloved movie by me. You got fun things in it like a young Liam Neeson, so you got Hagrid in it. You got just a bunch of fun characters in this. But great movie, very underrated, incredible score. Love the score. Always pick it up when I see it cheap. Then I got this, I think, for $2. And this is Jaguar God with a great Frazetta right there. Just a beautiful cover. Of course, this is written by Danzig, so just gorgeous. Happy to add it to the collection. Now, this next little segment here, this is a character I found through Marvel Essentials first. That's where I read it. That's where I fell in love with the character. This series was only 21 issues from in volume 2 of Amazing Adventures from issue 18 to 39. It was in Marvel Team Up. Had a one-shot, had another mini-series, but this is where I first fell in love with it. Now, I've already owned this. This is my original one that I bought, the Marvel Essentials. Just read it, experienced it first in black and white. Great back cover. And this pretty much includes everything except for one of the one-shots, which went against the continuity, so I guess they just didn't include it in it. But there we go. That was my first experience with Killraven, and I'm like, why not own the floppies? It's only 21 issues. They're not overly pricey, so I've started collecting those. Just another sword and sorcery thing and sci-fi fantasy thing that tickles the niche collector that I am. And it's right up my alley. So recently got issue number 18. That's his first appearance, so we got that out of the way. So I got the floppy. And we got issue 19. All right. Issue 22. It's just some great covers on these two, man. They're amazing. Just such a fun series. Of course, it dips into the world of H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds. But Marvel makes it their own with the Killraven character in the 2020 setting, which is just funny that was the future and now it's not. War of the Worlds, issue number 25. And again, I'm going to try to complete this set this year, get this out of the way. So I have not only the black and white version, but the color version as well in the floppies. Issue number 31, which I believe is the first interracial kiss in the last panel of this one. So there we go. I could be wrong on that, but in issue 38, the penultimate issue, one more to go after this, which ended Killraven. So there we go. So good little start to get that collection going. 7 or 8 comics there. Then of course I did have the Team Up that's already put away. Then we have Marvel Team Up Index, which had Killraven and Spider-Man on the cover. So had to get that just for kicks. So there we go. Now this next segment, this is a reprint series. Went for 97 issues. But it did have some original articles in it. It did have some original stories, like in issue number 50 when you had a standalone Solomon Kane story, which was a new story written and published in this magazine. And I'm talking about Conan Saga. Now, I always pick up issues when I find them. They're cheap. I think I have less than 20 to go to complete the run. And this was not a run I was going to do or complete. But along the way, I ended up getting a bunch, and then I'm like, well, I may as well just complete this run and have another complete Conan run. I completed Savage Sordiconian run, I think 2 years ago now. So I've had that run done for a while. I still pick up copies I think are upgrades here and there. But without further ado, I probably got 5 or 6 of issue number 1. Now these first 9 issues had original covers by Barry Windsor Smith. So of course, but love them. Whenever I see a cheap number 1, and usually I can get them for $2 or $3, I'll grab it. So another number 1. Another number 2, especially the first 9 issues with the original Barry Windsor Smith covers at the time. Now, the thing with this was, after issue 9, all they did was repurpose covers that were already used in the Savage Sordiconian, which, you know, didn't bother me. They're all beautiful covers, and it never hurts seeing them again and promoting the great artists like Joe Jesko and, oh my gosh, Earl Norham and just so many great ones, right? Here we go. Issue number 3, another copy. And sometimes you can find these in good shape. Other times they're just really, really bad. Issue number 4. More Barry Windsor Smith goodness. Issue number 8. And when I picked these up, it gave me a couple of the Barry Windsor Smith covers I was missing. Now I have all 9 of them. So really happy about that. All right, number 9. And as you can see, these are in great shape. Issue number 10. Of course, you got a great Neil Adams cover there. Great reprint. I think that was a Savage Tales reprint cover. Issue number 12. Just a beautiful Boris Vallejo reprint. Then we do have some Savage Sordiconians I picked up, and I got these really cheap as well. And I picked these up because they were just in pretty high grade. They were upgrades for the collection. So issue 144, just a great Joe Jesko cover. One of the more famous ones. There's actually a version of this art where she doesn't have the skirt. This was added afterward because they thought it was too racy, even for this adult magazine. So fun little history with this cover. Great cover though. All right, then we have number 161. Great Red Sonja cover here with Conan. You got spiders, which are always great. You always like to see our sword and sorcerer characters fighting spiders, especially of the giant variety. All right, then we have the Savage Sordiconian, issue 202. And again, as you can see, these are in great shape. You got them for $2, $3 a piece. You can't beat it. All right, issue 204. So these Savage Swords were just upgrades for me. Issue 217. All right, issue 219. McNeil cover, but I'm not the biggest fan of McNeil's art, but I am a huge fan of Solomon Kane, and this I thought was one of his better covers, especially with Solomon Kane in the moon there. And then back to Conan Saga with probably one of the best Earl Norham covers. You can just feel the cold on this cover. And this was issue number 76. Again, this only went for 97 issues. It was a reprint series. And it told a lot of the old Conan the Barbarian color comic stories in black and white. And just fantastic. All right, so here you go. You got Dorian Vallejo cover here. Conan Saga. This is issue 77. I think this is Dorian, right? No, Bob Larkin. I'm sorry. Bob Larkin cover. Bob Larkin, who also did the famous Shark cover. But a great Bob Larkin cover there. I don't know why I was thinking Dorian Vallejo. But issue number 79. Another great one here. Love the perspective on this one. It's just a cool shot. And all right. Then we got another Jesko here. Issue number 83. And again, I was paying $1, $2 a piece for these. You can't beat it, especially in near mint shape. And for them being older. Issue 84. All right. Issue 85. Just another classic cover here. Issue 88. Probably not one of my favorite covers. There's just something off about this one, but it's part of the run. Especially this one's rough, but here we go. Issue 89. Never liked this cover, but you know, the completionist in me needs it. And it's just not my style. All right, issue 90, here we go. And again, look at these. Beautiful. Gorgeous copies. All right, issue 91, because usually when you find these, they are beat up. They do not look good. All right. Here we go. Issue number 92. Wow, that color does not work well with my color blindness. It was hard to see that number. All right, issue number 93. Of course, when I get everything, I always rebag and reboard it. Even if it comes in them, I got to put new bags and boards on them. Issue 94. Issue 95. And I also picked up issue 97, and I'll put a picture of it here, the last issue of the series. But I already have it out getting pressed because it was a little wavy, and I just wanted it to be in the same shape as these. So I gave it to my presser. He's making it nice and flat for me, really readable, really nice. So I had to send it out. I couldn't wait. I didn't want to shoot a video with it being all wavy. But I did pick it up. That one I paid $10 for because it's the last issue. And usually you're paying $15 or more on the eBays with it, plus shipping. I was already at free shipping, so I didn't mind paying the $10, so I got it pretty cheap. And then last, we picked up Star Slammers by Walt Simonson. So just to go with all the other Savage goodness that we picked up. And I think I got this for $1. So can't go wrong. And these Marvel graphic novels, they're also something I pick up when I see them for cheap. They're a lot of fun. A lot of them I truly love. And I had one more. I forgot all about it. Where did I grab it? Because I didn't bag and board it yet. But I picked up a second copy of the Killraven graphic novel. So this is my second copy of it. This is a lesser copy. This will be my reader copy, although it's still in fantastic shape. But since I was getting Killraven stuff, said why not have a second copy if I can get it for $1. So here it is. People are sleeping on these. They are just trying to get modern variants, and they're ignoring all this Bronze Age goodness, some of this Copper Age goodness, and even though some of it is modern goodness as well, but like from 30 years ago, they're missing out on some of this cool old stuff. But some of us old collectors, we got an eye for it. We know what it is. We pick it up cheap when we see it cheap. And we know it's just something that will keep its value, but we also know it's something that is just a good, fun read. And it just takes you back to a certain period of time in your life. And it's just fun. The nostalgia hits you hard. And you sit down and read, and it just transports you back in time. And just fun reads. But I do highly recommend the Marvel Essentials. This Killraven one is great. I got 2 of these as well because these go up in price sometimes, and you never know which one's going to start getting more expensive. So why not, right? When you're a niche collector, it's fun to get the stuff you like. But that's it for this week, guys. Let me know what you think of the haul, and until next time, keep it savage and keep it casual. Thank you for watching.